All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics. With this first topic, we're going to talk about why you should probably not buy a Model 3 long range right now. And if you are, you should probably do this instead, amongst other reasons we'll make the case on why buying a Model 3 might potentially, especially a Model 3 long range, which just came back, might not actually be the best deal. But we'll talk about that plus a variety of topics. And also as a bonus topic at the end, I'm going to show you how to get 3.99% financing for the state of California people only. So you might want to stick around for that. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got you, Vincenzo and Raul. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. But let us take a look at this. So we saw this earlier today from Brandon Flesh. So shout out to Brandon on Twitter. The price gap between the Model 3 long range and the Model 3 performance is not that wide. It is almost essentially the same. So the case here is that if you're looking to buy a Model 3 long range, you might as well step up to the Model 3 performance because it is essentially almost the same similar price. So of course you can find these on waitingfortesla.com. You can see there's plenty of Model 3s that actually have a discount. You can see we've got it sorted down to demo status, and you can see some of these are Model 3 standard ranges, of course, in the lower 40s, but right here, Model 3 performance, $49,000 with a $5,300 discount. Here's another one, $49,000 with a $3,330 discount, and these are all basically in the similar price as a brand new Model 3 long range with some options at the end of the day. So the case here is I personally would not buy a Model 3 long range. I might as well spend the extra $1,000 to $2,000 and get a better deal on a Model 3 performance. But of course, if you're going to be buying one of these vehicles, definitely use a Tesla referral code first, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code, you got to click it open before first, because once it's linked up to your order, you can get 1,500 Tesla credits, which then translates to 500 supercharger miles. So what you got to do is click open the link first, then go to your favorite vehicle or favorite vehicle on the website on waitingfortesla.com, click the reserve button, and then make sure that it says referral code applied, so then you can go ahead and proceed to actually place the order and hold the vehicle with your deposit. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. There's plenty of Model 3 performances depending on where you're at with various discounts. And I would also recommend, if you are on the fence or if you have not placed your order yet, go to a local Tesla store, talk to some of the sales advisors there, because there is inventory that they can access that we don't see on the internet, and there might be better deals coming up very, very soon. I've been saying for a while that Tesla's going to do something a little bit extra probably by the end of this month, and they could be adding another maybe $750 to $1,000 incentive on inventory vehicle only. So it might be a very interesting time to try and score a deal on a brand new Tesla Model 3. Of course, at the end of the day, all these different Model 3 trims in all different variants, the rear-wheel drive, the long range, and the performance, all qualify for this massive $7,500 federal tax credit. Of course, as you qualify as an individual yourself. So if you're confused on that, there's plenty of videos on our channel and plenty of videos out there that can help you dissect and figure out what the heck is going on with the pricing and also what the federal tax rate. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I certainly feel like there could be something extra coming soon in the very near future, because we've got Tesla inventory charts right here. This is shout out to mattjung.net. You can see inventory for the Model 3 is starting to come down a little bit, but still at pretty high levels, at least pretty much all-time highs within the past 120 days. And so there could be something extra coming very, very soon. I mean, Tesla did a lower interest rate recently on the Model S and the Model X, so they potentially could do something like that. I mean, they've definitely done free supercharging in the past before, so they could also definitely do something like that. I would imagine they could potentially do like a 1 to 2 year or maybe even 5 to 10,000 supercharger miles. But at the end of the day, there is already a referral code that you can link down to get 500 supercharger miles. So that could be worth it if you're looking on the fence. But I would say at the end of the day, if you need a vehicle now, if you want to purchase a vehicle very, very soon, it might be worth it to try and lock in these inventory discounts or even these demo discounts. The one thing that for sure we have always seen at the end of each quarter is the demo discounted inventory, the vehicles that have massive discounts on the screen, like anywhere from $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 off, just like this one right here in the middle. We will start to see a lot more of those vehicles because Tesla always does this rush at the end of the quarter. They like to push out as many vehicles that they can sell at massive discounts because they've got to hit a end of quarter number. So if you're on the fence, definitely be on the lookout. Definitely stay on waiting for Tesla.com, because there could be very good deals in the very near future. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all better than Tesla financing at 5.59% or Tesla financing as 5.69%. All those rates are better, so definitely check them out. Patreon link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all Patreon DMs in the Patreon app. So if you want to join and ask me a quick question or want support throughout the buying process, you can definitely do that at the Patreon link down below in the description. But a couple of channel announcements. We've got 2 giveaways going on right now. We've got one by RIVIAN. Thank you to RIVIAN for sending us a Model Y sunshade for your Tesla Model Y for your sun roof, because it's an all glass roof. So if you want to join in and win this Tesla accessory from RIVIAN, definitely go to our community page on the channel. Scroll down to this post right here, and if you got to join into this video, where you can comment and follow the exact steps on how to enter into the RIVIAN giveaway for the sunshade for the Model Y. And on top of that, we're doing another giveaway with OC Tint Solutions. If you're interested in free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, it could be a Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X, you must of course be willing to travel to Jason at OC Tint Solutions in Anaheim, California. But if you want to enter in, it's this video right here. That's where you can go ahead, enter in, and figure out the exact process on winning one of these 2 giveaways. Thank you to RIVIAN for sponsoring a giveaway, and thank you to OC Tint Solutions for also sponsoring a giveaway. All right, welcome in. Happy Sunday, everybody. Water break. We're going to do a quick stream, probably another 20 minutes, because we've got to get on to a Patreon call, because one of the people scheduled a call at 3:30. So we're going to be on for another 20 minutes. But feel free to ask any questions you got once in the live stream, and then we'll certainly get to it. But after we run through a couple of these topics. In this next topic, Tesla has increased the discount for a Model S, and we're starting to get very close to the pre-pricing that was before it was all raised. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. So if you're interested in a Model S, there are massive deals right now, including if you use a Tesla referral code, you can get an extra $1,000 off plus free supercharging for 3 years plus 3 months of full self-driving. So how you do that is you go down to the description down below, hit the referral code, and then go to the Tesla website. But Tesla, for the Model S, it's a pretty expensive vehicle, right? I mean, we're pretty much at the starting price of around like $90-something thousand, $88,000 $490, and then a Model S Plaid is $108,490. But what's been interesting with the Model S and the Model X is that inventory has been staying at pretty high levels, but Tesla, I guess, realized there's really no point in decreasing the price even more, because they're certainly just going to stay at this level at the end of the day. But Taking a look at some of the inventory, we are starting to see enhanced, bigger discounts on the Model S. We've got 369 brand new Model S's available for sale across the country, and the cheapest one has a 7,500 discount, 7,460 at a price of 82,590. And the really interesting thing with this is that if you go back to the history books of the Tesla Model S, you can see that when the Model S refresh first came out, when it first came available for order in about 2021, January of 2021, the base price was as actually $80,000. So taking a look at this one of course has the blue exterior. This is essentially almost super close to the price of what it was actually before. So if you're looking for a brand new Model S, you can see they're starting to trickle in some inventory discounted or heavily increased discounted vehicles. So it might be time to try and purchase one of these and get it essentially brand new, as you would be the first owner from Tesla. But of course, as we get closer to the end of June, because June is the last month of this quarter, we'll start to see more of these inventory discounted vehicles popping onto waiting for Tesla. But if you're interested, definitely swing by a Tesla sales center to see if you can talk to a sales advisor to see if they can find a Tesla Model S with an enhanced discount for you. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. Divyanish, welcome in. Sorry about that if I messed up your name, but should we spend money on Model Y or just buy Model 3 because new models of Model 3 are coming up? What would you suggest? It really depends on if you want to save as much money as possible, or do you want a vehicle that you can hold for 3 to 4 years? If you want to save as much money as possible and not spend too much, then you could get the Model 3 with a heavy discount and all the different incentives, and then wait it out for a little bit and then maybe sell it and upgrade to a different one later on. But it might not be worth it unless you're looking to keep the car for 4 to 5 years. And I would say just get a Model Y. Model Y is still hot. We're still seeing lower inventory levels relative to the other models, but you can still certainly find various discounted vehicles on the Tesla Model Y. If you go to waitingfortesla.com, first of course hit a referral link first so you can open it up and get your 500 supercharger miles or 1500 loot box credits. Then go to the waitingfortesla.com, sort it by discounted inventory. You can see there are plenty of all-wheel drive, long range, and performance that you can try and snag one and reserve one. But really depends on what you're looking for and how long you're going to keep the vehicle for at the end of the day. In this next topic, we're going to talk about how you can actually get 3.99% financing for your Tesla. I'm going to show you the exact credit union, but the caveat to this one is it seems like this credit union is only eligible to people that have gone to UC schools or University of California schools, but still definitely interesting that it actually exists, and it's still possible to get a lower or much lower rate than Tesla financing. This is a pretty low rate. Pretty much the sub 3% interest rates are what you want at this point, but we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best behind Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the different financing rates out there that anybody can join. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But let us take a look at this. But before we get into it, of course, we'll take a look because I haven't seen it for a bit. But right now on Tesla financing, the lowest rate is still 5.69% all the way up to 72 months. So if you need an easier process for purchasing your vehicle, especially if you're a first-time buyer, never financed a vehicle before, then you're most likely going to be limited to using Tesla financing. But if you're seasoned, if you've bought multiple vehicles in the past, especially financed them in the past, and you've got good credit, good income, and more importantly, a good auto loan history like you finance other vehicles, then this is where credit unions come into play, because credit unions have lower rates, but there certainly are more hoops that you have to join in and jump through to try and get this lower rate. But this is where this credit actually comes into play. It's University Credit Union, and it looks like if you can qualify for this credit union, you can actually get rates as low as 3.99% or even lower, because if you sign up for their auto pay purchasing or auto pay paying from your bank account or the bank account that you set up through the credit union, you can get up to 0.25 for signing up for auto pay, and then another 0.25 interest rate deduction for repeat borrowers. So most likely, most of you are brand new to this and you've never heard of this credit union before. But if you join, this is where you can get or as low as 3.99% financing for financing your Tesla. Now, of course, buying a Tesla through a credit union is certainly a process. You have to work through all the different steps. And if you've never done that before, definitely check out our video on the channel where I walk you through all the steps with buying a Tesla with a credit union, because there's a couple different expectations or different steps that you have to take. And it's just not as easy as just, of course, using Tesla financing. But here are the people that are actually eligible. It seems like students, employees, faculty, and alumni of these certain colleges, UCs, it seems like for the most part, UCLA, UC Davis, UC Irvine, and a bunch more under here. But it seems like if you qualify for any of these associations or even an employee or even a retirement or any of these other companies, then you might actually be able to qualify for these low rates for financing your Tesla. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. If you just became eligible for this, or if you were able to use this credit union to get low rates, drop it down in the comments down below and let us know your experience so that other people can see it and hopefully go through the same exact process. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link or support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. And if you're just joining in, welcome. We talked about the Model 3 and the Model 3 long range and the Model 3 performance, and it seems like if I were in the market to buy another Model 3 again, I would not be buying a Model 3 long range. I would more than likely just get a Model 3 performance, because Model 3 performances right now have big discounts, anywhere from $3,000 to almost $6,000 off, which is basically the same price as a Model 3 long range. So I would be on the hunt for one of these. You can see there's a handful of them in California. So I would go ahead and just try and score one of these and get a nice, decent discount at the end of the day. Like, look at this one, brand new 2023, white with black interior, 23 miles in Stockton, California, with a over $3,300 discount. Or I mean, even this one looks even more enticing to me. Model 3 Performance, black on black. It's got a $5,360 discount. I think I would rather do this because I'm looking for the best value at the end of the day. I mean, and also the other cases, there's the Model 3 Highland refresh that is on the cusp in the near future. So maybe it's time to even double think, like, am I getting a great deal on the Model 3? And when I mean great deal, it's got to be $5,000, $6,000, maybe $7,000 off before that, because when we're all human, right? We're going to see this brand new Model 3 Highland rolling off of the production line in the next few months, or even by the next year. And we're all going to want the brand new latest and greatest, just like how we all want the latest iPhone. But let's jump into the comments. Norman, should we get the Model X right now? Do you think they will discontinue it? Norman, I don't think they'll discontinue the Model X. I think they just keep it around just as a halo vehicle, and also because there is still a market for these vehicles. I mean, of course, not a huge market, because now there's the Rivian R1S that's also in the same ballpark, and maybe even arguably a little bit more nicer, maybe more luxurious. But there's still a market for these vehicles at the end of the day. And so they're not going to kill it. I mean, also, they don't do too much production and delivery of these vehicles, I mean, relative to the Model 3 and the Model Y. So I don't think they'll actually discontinue and kill the Model X at this point in the game. I think they're just going to keep it around, just to keep it as a halo. But if you're looking for the Model X, there's also massive discounts across the board for the Model X. We took a look at these earlier, but they're not like as low as it's ever been, because the lowest the Model X has ever been However, at least the refresh was a base starting price of $90,000. So we're still about $3,000 to $4,000 higher than that. But if you want all the different incentives, if you want $5,000 off, if you want free three years of free or 3 months of full self-driving plus 3 years of free supercharging plus another $1,000 off, definitely use a referral code just like the one down below in the description, because if you use that referral code, you can get those offers on the Model S and the Model X. And if you use it on a Model 3 or Model Y, you can get 1,500 Tesla credits, which then translates to about 500 Tesla supercharger miles. So definitely use a referral code. And thank you to everybody that's used our referral code down below in the description. And I know there's a lot of new owners or people that are about to buy a Tesla. Definitely check out some of our Tesla accessory codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA, we got RIVIAN, Jawa, Tesloid, and MAGBAK as well, all down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our discount codes in the past and also in the future. Norman, more discount after 6:30. I think we're probably going to see a little bit more discount on the Model X potentially in the near future, but probably by 6:30, that's when it kind of cuts off and then they basically reset, doing a reassessment. Maybe, I mean, we really don't know. It seems like, feel like for a while Tesla was really gung-ho on trying to push Model S and Model X sales, but I feel like they backed off. And what I mean by that, because for the Model S and the Model X, there was 3.99% financing for 72 months for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then they took that away for whatever reason. Maybe it was just too enhanced or too subsidized, or maybe it was just costing them way too much money to do that. And so, or did they do that because they're planning to put it on another vehicle? My speculation is that they're going to put the 3.99 financing on the Model 3 because there are plenty of Model 3s available for sale across the country, over even 1,000 at the moment. So I can certainly see them going to try and use that lower interest rate to subsidize and clear that actual inventory. But who knows at the end of the day, right? We don't have a crystal ball, but I really feel like this coming Thursday is June 15th, which is the halfway mark of the last month of the quarter. If we're going to see any sort of incentives any sort of Hail Marys for Tesla to try and clear our inventory, it's either going to be this Thursday, next Thursday. That's it really, because I don't know if they're going to do it within like a short time frame by the end of the month, but maybe the 15th or the 22nd, because for some reason, at least historically in the past, Tesla loves messing with pricing on like Thursdays or even Mondays. So that's typically when we'll see that. But that's my guess. Let me know what your guess is. Let me know what you're thinking. Or do you think Tesla is going to add any more incentives in the near future? And what incentives or promotions do you think they're actually going to do? But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for dropping by on this Sunday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.